I'm a little worried about the weight here, so I'm going to get a coat hanger, hang it here, or I'm going to get something else and slide it under here and let this sit on it. I don't want it hanging from the brake line. That's not good for the brake line, twisting it or whatever. It should stay with no stress on it as much as possible. So let me get that. Okay, I found an old crate. I think that'll be good to keep the stress off. Undo these bolts. Wasting time here. Okay, so when we're wiggling it off, there you have it. Oh. Let's see how that's going. These are falling off real quick here. So I don't want to forget how they go in, or show you. So apparently, the shoes just slide in this gap here. This one here, that one there. So I'll set them down with them in there so we don't forget anything. You don't want to handle the new brake shoes when your hands look like this. But the next step is to compress the pistons here, and you'll want to use an old brake shoe. But I'm going to not touch one of those because I did the other side already. So I'll take a brake shoe from the other side and I'll set it in here. So what I want to do is compress these two pistons back down in order to give space in here for the new brake pads. So what I'll do is I'll go get a C-clamp or some kind of clamp that I can use to put on here and with it up against this so they go down evenly. You do not want any of these, you don't want to put these pistons to go in, you don't want to push on them crooked because it'll bind and you'll need a new one, and you don't want any of that. So you can prevent that just by taking your time and doing it evenly. Okay, I have my C-clamp in position and I'm going to start moving it slowly, tightening it slowly. It's located in the middle of the two pistons, and we want it to compress the pistons evenly and slowly. While you do this, the pistons are going to compress and it's going to send brake fluid back up here, up into your master cylinders. You're going to have to keep an eye on your master cylinders reservoir levels. Double check this thing here. Make sure it's straight. You can see how far they're out. So you do that. You keep going on that slowly. Okay, you can see by putting a light behind the master cylinder reservoir, you can see that I've got lots of room there. You can see the white is, I've got the room there. So when I compress this down, that level should come up. And so it doesn't look like it's going to overflow and get brake fluid all in the motor compartment. So we're fine right now. So I'm going to keep compressing and see see how far this thing goes up. Okay, let's just keep going with this. See, they're almost there. That's it. The wrench feels like it bottomed out. Or the C-clamp feels like it bottomed out, so it probably did. So there you go. They look like they could go a little farther, but you have to do them both at the same time. If you push this one down, that one might go up. So that's the reason for doing them both at the same time. Okay, I'm going to go wash my hands because I don't want to. I'm going to put the new brake pads in that bracket there, and I don't want to get this stuff on the new shoes or new pads. Okay, let's take a look here. Here's the bracket. Here's a shoe. I'm going to go sideways with it. I'm going to pull it off. This one is going to be this one out here. Why I'm saying that is because this one has the indicator on it. See this indicator here? That starts making the brakes squeak, so you know you're almost out of brake. So before it goes metal to metal, it gives you this noise. It's been giving me the noise a little bit. You can see that. Let me make sure I put this in the right place. You should be able to see a little. See the shine on there? That's to make noise and tell you that you need to replace your pad soon. So that's what it was doing. So that one is like that. So I've got it laid in the same direction. And then this one comes off the same way. And then it can lay this way. So in keeping my fingers clean as I can, I washed my hands. They're pretty good. I'm going to take the new one now and set it in there. Take the other new one and set it in there also. So now they're in the bracket. Okay, I'm going to put a little red thread locker on there. Just maybe it'll help it lock and also maybe anti-seize a little bit. I'm not sure the properties of this stuff, but I don't want it coming loose. So, clean my fingers again. Get this up there. This needs to go on both sides of the disc. There we go. Slide this down in here. That where it's supposed to go. Take the weight off. Let's see if I can do this all. There we go. Push that back on. I'm going to take a lug nut and I'm going to. There, I just bent this down so it would hold that, so I'm pushing it down so when I slide the brake pad in there it pinches it a little so it holds it in place, keeps moving on me. Same thing with the bottom. Bend these things down a little bit. Okay, what I did is I put the bottom in first and then I brought the top over. Yep, that's how it goes. So it goes in on the bottom and then it comes back up and you heard it snap, right? So now I just got to make sure I get these things widened here. I don't like my dirty hand in there, but there you go. Okay, so what I did is I got my hand in here with a rag, keeping those pads clean. Widening the area as big as it can go. As you can maybe see. Try and show it to you. Let's get that thing on here. There we go. Lining them up. That top one in. Okay, the top one started. This is all set. Bottom one. Kind of lift it up a little bit. Get it in there. Cool. Getting these hand tight. Okay, and next is the two T45 screws, and these are kind of special. They're not as you can see, they've got a little indentation here for the rubber boot to hold in place. There's a little rubber boot here. So we'll slide that in. Start tightening it up. Wiggle it low. Yeah, now it feels straighter. Same thing with the bottom. They're both lined up just fine. The next step would be to fire up the truck and slowly pump the brake pedal down, and it will cause brake fluid to come back down here and set these against the rotor, and you should be able to go. And you should be able to go on a test ride, slow one, you know, just move around the driveway first. But okay, so that's that one. Doesn't like being that way. I'm putting the extension on here because I don't want it interfering with this. There we go. Okay. Then remember, there's a little boot. You got to slide these back over. See, it fits right over the little boot. Slide them over the boot so they move with it, or so they hold them in place. Make sure you keep the wrench straight inside the screw. Don't be, you know, doing it on an angle. Make sure that sucker is straight when you're doing this, and you're pushing in so this stays in there nice and deep. You don't want to tear this up. So that's that. And then there was the big wrench, the big bolts here. This one's pretty tight here. But I'm going to give this one, oh, there it is right here. Yep. I'm going to give this one a little tap. Not a big old thing. Just a little bit. There we go. Almost there. Okay. There you go. Take this lug nut back off. So all I have to do now is put the wheel on, start up the truck, push the brake pedal slowly and easily, double check, you know, get that fluid coming back down here, getting those new pads pushed up against the disc for, you know, just get them set. Otherwise, the first time you hit the pedal, it's going to drop to the, you know, pretty far down, and you don't want that. It'll work, you know, just do a few pumps and it'll bring the pedal up and the pedal will stay there, and you've got brand new front brake pads and you're good for a while. Okay, so there's the level right now. It looks fine, so we're all good. Maybe I can put some in it even, but it looks fine. Okay, I'm going to start the car now. Here's the brake pedal. I'll put it here. Start the car. Parking brake should have been set a long time ago. But I'm on level ground inside the garage, so I wasn't worried about it, but it should have been set. So safety again. Okay, so here we go. Now I'm going to push the brake pedal. It's going to go down kind of far. See, I'm not going to go all the way. I'm going to do short pumps. And it's pushing it out. Now I can start feeling it has stopping power now. So make sure you do that before you start driving the car, don't just get in the car and start driving. You need the brake, you know, you don't need it to go all the way to the floor on the first try. So there you go. I pumped it a little bit, now it's ready to work. We're all set to go. I can go for a ride.